this is actually made, go back please. So this prayer rug is made by one of our sisters, and she's a professional weaver, and she learned how to weave from traditional weavers, and so she made this prayer mat. Now, I don't know if you like it or not. You know, you might not think, well, I don't really like the colors, but this was made to fit First Nations, Native American symbolism and color. So to the First Nations of Canada, where she lives, this means the change of the seasons. See, so again, it's honoring them. And that's good for us. And it would be good for us also to learn, why does it mean the change of the symbols, of the seasons? What does the blue mean? What does the brown mean? What does the tree in the middle mean? Let's go to the next one. Also in Canada, you have a number of really beautiful mosques. And again, this is a very modern mosque, but then look at the inside, which is, you see, so they're doing incredible woodwork. And this woodwork also is Native American. And the carpenters are from the First Nations. In fact, a lot of them even became Muslims in doing the work. So again, honor the people around you. And I think it's very important for us to honor the people who are not privileged and who have been oppressed. You know, the blacks, the First Nations, and the others. Let's keep going. Okay, now we're just about ready to end. This is our wonderful brother, Azim Ibrahim. Some of you know him. Very Scottish, right? I don't think I said that right, but very Scottish, right? And so what are they wearing? You know, that's of course a tartan, Scottish tartan. But which clan is that? That's not McGregor. Yeah, that's not McGregor. That's not Faurq. That's not. I'm trying to think of some other clans. Okay, what clan is that? Muslim clan. And this was authorized by Scottish Parliament as an official Muslim tartan. I think that's really cool. I think it's really cool. Let's go to the next one. See, so maybe you can go up just a little bit. That's the pattern. So it's got green, white, black, gold. Go back. Okay, so I can read the words beneath. Okay. So I can't really see it. Okay. So it says blue represents the Scottish flag.
Green represents Islam.
Green represents Islam. Okay, keep going. Read it for me, please.
5 white lines represent 5 pillars.
The 5 pillars, right? The white lines, okay? And the gold lines are the
6 gold lines represent the pillars.
The pillars of faith. Isn't that beautiful? And then what does it say at the very?
The black square represents the Kaaba.
The Kaaba. See, so that's really, that is living by the cultural imperative. And that is telling Scotland that we love you. And Muslims should, because Scotland's been really good to us. And usually the Scots and the Welsh and the Irish, they're a little bit better than their cousins. Well, they're not actually cousins, but the English. You know, they really are. They're much more tolerant. Scots especially, they've been really good. And the Muslims of Scotland, in my very limited experience, are among the healthiest. And they're also among the most dynamic. Okay, let's go. So I think now we finished. And let's just open up for questions. We might not take too long. That sort of depends on you and what you want to ask. And then I think we might want to go home before it gets too late. At least I might want to do that. But you know, I'm happy to stay here with you as long as you have questions.
Jazakumullah, thank you very much for coming and sharing this beautiful knowledge with us. Could you please also talk about cultural holidays? You know, in terms of how do they fit in? Because there's a lot of debate among the Muslim community. Thanksgiving, Halloween, Easter, Christmas.
So, you had the question, right, about holidays. I think I prefer not to talk about that. And I'll tell you why. because we say that hard cases make for bad law. And those of you who studied law, you know what that means. Hard cases make for bad law. So you're asking an extremely important question. But the thing is, what I want to do is keep it simple, because the principles are very clear. Now, when we come to Halloween and things like that, that's actually not so easy. See, so hard cases make for bad law. When you study law, you want to get the basics. You don't want to go straight to the hard cases, because you'll never understand anything. So what you've asked about, in my opinion, are hard cases. And therefore, I would prefer just to leave that, because the main idea is clear. And adopting the good cultures of other people, out of respect for them, that shouldn't be an issue. Now, how do we relate to their holidays? I could talk about that and talk about some of the things that are ulama, like even Ibn Taymiyyah has said about that. But I prefer not to go there, if you'll permit me.